All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So today I'm gonna react to a couple of members requests that came in a while ago. It's time I really get to everything here, and this is the first of two for today. So this one is titled 15 NBA Legends to Put an End to the GOAT Debate. This is from channel Young Gala, which I used to actually watch all the time. So I'm still subscribed over there. I just haven't seen that much content, at least on my own feed. I gotta, after this, I gotta check in on this channel for sure. But this video came out 3 months ago now, so that's probably about how long it's been sitting in the members request playlist. My bad on that one, but here we go. Also, I haven't reacted to a video like this in quite a while, so it being a more recent one, this should be cool because we're probably going to get some clips from some NBA legends that we haven't heard in the previous ones. And after it's all said and done, I'm curious what Young Gala has to say about any of this. So anyways, guys, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description like I always do. You'll also see a list of channel members down there. That's where these requests came in. So shout out to you guys. I really appreciate you. I think we get right into this. Like the vid if you could. Hit that hype button if you could. It all helps out a lot. And I appreciate y'all being here with me. Let's do this.
The GOAT debate. It's been going on for years. Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Everybody has an opinion, but the truth is, only a few people really know what greatness looks like up close. The legends who actually played the game. Jordan's side of the story is clear. 6 rings, 6 tries, the ultimate competitor. He made winning look automatic. For a lot of people, that's the end of the conversation right there. But then you got LeBron. He's the all-time scoring leader. He's played in more finals than most franchises, and he can do everything on the court. Pass, score, defend. He's built to last, and he's proved it. Fans argue about it every day, but when you hear from NBA legends, guys who faced Jordan, who went head to head with LeBron, who shared the court with both, it just hits different. Some of them swear by MJ's killer instinct, others say LeBron is the most complete player we have ever seen. So in this video, we're not just talking opinions. We're hearing from 15 legends who know the game better than anyone else, and when they weigh in, you start to realize this isn't just about numbers or rings. It's about what greatness means to people who lived it. This is 15 NBA legends putting an end to the GOAT debate. Let's start with one of the greatest ever, Magic.
Real quick, this just kind of triggered something to me. I noticed that everybody, when they talk about the GOAT debate, they just line up these two players, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And I see it in like podcasts and interviews and all kinds of different situations. And it's always weird to me because like, I'd prefer you just blank sheet ask somebody, hey, who's your GOAT? You know, who's the GOAT of basketball? Let them pick. They might say Larry Bird. They might say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've heard Wilt Chamberlain. A lot of people say Bill Russell. I think the conversation gets a lot more interesting when you leave it open-ended. You know, instead of me saying, hey, you got to pick one between these two. Nobody else counts. I don't think that's really fair.
Johnson, Magic,
and I'm not this in the video. I'm just saying, like in general, that seems to be what everybody's doing. This guy or this guy. There's a lot of awesome legends in there, man. A lot of people are fighting for number 2, in my opinion. But you know, you could justify it as a number 1. If someone says Kareem is the greatest player of all time, I'll be like, okay, yeah, fair enough. Not my pick, but I totally get it.
Defined winning in the 80s with the Showtime Lakers. 5 rings, 3 MVPs. When Magic speaks on the GOAT debate, it carries serious weight.
It does.
That's what make him a bad.
And considering that he played with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and won all those championships with him, was it 4 or 5 with Kareem? I think it was 4 with Kareem. Either way, that's his center. You know what I mean? So if he's going straight to you know who, then yeah, it holds a lot of weight in my opinion. All right, Magic Johnson, let's rock.
When Magic speaks on the GOAT debate, it carries serious weight.
That's what make him a bad boy and the best that's ever done it. Don't get it twisted. I love LeBron, but no.
Yo, we got that documented. No, that's documented. Okay. Shoutout, you heard that?
Well, hold on. You know LeBron is not the GOAT. I love my boy. I love him. Yeah. But when Michael Jordan took off with that tongue out.
Freaking Magic.
Hold up. Listen, because a lot of you wasn't born then. 1991 against my Lakers. right hand.
Yeah.
We thought we had him. He looked as we went down. He switched it to the left hand. Tongue went left. Spun it against the glass and good. There's nobody alive that's been able to do just that. That boy is too bad. I'm telling you right now.
And it's funny because like that move, other than just it being an accident, didn't hold a lot of significance to a lot of us. But for the Lakers, like it really, that just like sucked the air out of the building for them. To hear Magic talking about it all these years later, that moment, that layup, it's funny to me, man. That really just, that killed him.
But LeBron is a bad boy too. He's a bad boy, but he's not Mike.
We give him a little cookie, huh, Magic?
Appreciate that, Magic.
Look at it. Look.
You gave LeBron the consolation trophy, like the participation trophy. It's all right. You're all right too, LeBron. But he ain't no Michael Jordan. I agree with Magic 100%, and I applaud him for being so blunt about it. I really do.
Barkley, MVP, Hall of Famer, and one of the most outspoken voices in the game. Chuck never holds back, and in this debate, he shut down a LeBron fan with some powerful points that really makes you think.
Hey Charles, my name is Jordan, which is kind of annoying this question, but now that LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history with over 39,000 point careers, also ranking top 5 in assists and still climbing rankings in rebounds, blocks, and steals,
and turnovers,
all while consistently playing 20-plus seasons at an elite level for an old man, winning 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and making 19 All-NBA teams. Who is better, Jordan or LeBron?
Now, I haven't seen this, but here's how I would respond real quick. Because he started out with now that he has broken the all-time scoring record, my response would be, well, who held that record before him? Answer is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay, so was he the GOAT before? Was he the GOAT until this moment? Why are we talking about Jordan then? If that's what defines what the greatest of all time is to you, And the answer would be no. It was Jordan. So it doesn't change anything with the Jordan debate. Curious what he's about to say.
Those are some incredible stats.
They are.
Those are some incredible stats. I'm never going to say anything bad about LeBron, I told you. I think he's the 3rd best player I've ever seen play after Michael and Kobe. It's just different eras. I love LeBron. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He didn't go to college for 3 years. You have to factor that in also. He had a 3-year head start on Michael. Okay, since you want me that. So.
Do it, Chuck.
I'm going to just give a couple of things about, if he wanted to do it fair, he would say, well, how many games did Michael Jordan play compared to LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you look at the numbers, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career, same number of games.
That's interesting. Shout out to the creator for doing this. Okay, 1,072 games, just over 3,000 more points and less assists. Okay,
5,000, which is 2.5 NBA seasons. But you have to factor in, Michael went to college for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And if you remember, he broke his foot his first year, and he retired for 2 years. So if Michael went to the NBA 3 years sooner, not missed his rookie year with a broken foot, and not retired for 2 years, he would be the all-time leading scorer.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Did you ever look at how many shots Michael Jordan took and how many shots LeBron took?
I did not.
Jordan.
They were both gunners.
Michael Jordan took way more shots.
Well, that was his job.
So
and let me tell you something.
Ironically enough, though, look at the percentages. It's in Jordan's favor.
LeBron, we compare him favorable to Magic Johnson. He's more of a triple threat. than Michael was. I'll agree with that. But let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me in your heart.
All right.
If you had one game and you said, I need to win game 7, would you want LeBron, Michael, or Kobe in one game win all?
LeBron.
Okay.
Let's go back to Cleveland.
He was not confident in that answer.
Michael Jordan's the best basketball player I ever played against. These young kids, they played against LeBron, but I was kind of caught off guard last week when Ernie said
he was only like 3 behind him in 30-point games or something like that.
And I was like,
yeah.
And he's played like 7 more years? That's an astonishing stat.
I mean, when Jordan averaged 30 for his entire career, that's a hard one to beat, man, for anybody. What's more shocking to me than LeBron not being able to beat that is guys like Kevin Durant, James Harden, like just modern scorers that still can't beat these, that type of record from Jordan. Because nowadays, I mean, scoring 30 should be easy, right?
As great as LeBron is, he's still behind Michael Jordan in 30-point games, and he's played 7 more seasons. That is astonishing.
It is.
Even if you think LeBron's the GOAT, you wouldn't have known that.
Shaquille O'Neal, 4 championships, a league MVP, and without question the most dominant big man of his era. Shaq changed the game with his size, power, and personality. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, he doesn't hold back. You're about to...
Yeah, when I was playing NBA Street Volume 1 the other day on a video, dude, Shaq was my guy. Prime Shaq is unbeatable. 2001 Shaq, it was so good. It was so good. Thanks for watching that, you guys, by the way. That was a lot of fun.
To hear exactly how Shaq sees it.
I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan. He's the only man that had me terrified on the court. Because I went from high school admiring him, college admiring him, and then he's right there in front of you. And all the shit you see on your poster, like he's doing it in real life. Like he came by me so fast sometimes I was like, oh shit. I do look at LeBron, but I also like listening to, people's opinions.
Yep, absolutely.
Listen, Jordan was the greatest in my opinion, and he likes LeBron, that's his opinion, but when people look at stats, right? So, his stats are definitely gonna be up there. And to have passed up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I can truthfully say I'm jealous of that feat.
Reggie Miller, Hall of Fame.
I like the way he words it, by the way. We got to remember, these are all just opinions. So he's like, Jordan, in my opinion, LeBron, in your opinion, it's all good.
One of the game's greatest shooters. Spent the 90s going head-to-head with Jordan. So he's going to tell you how he sees it.
This is going to be interesting, too, because, I mean, he is one of the biggest shills for LeBron nowadays when it comes to the media and announcing games. He's probably the worst.
You hear it all the time. Who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest? And all that between him and LeBron. And I try to stay away from that because I went against LeBron his first year. He was a rookie. My last year, so I don't have no point of reference. But I will say, LeBron has the greatest career.
I have heard this.
He has the greatest career. But Mike is the best
Basketball player ever.
But LeBron has the greatest career, and I think why a lot of old heads want to dog out LeBron is because
he ring chased, he's a flopper, he's a choker, and he's a cockroach now. He won't leave.
They were never as good as he is this late in their career.
Right.
And
that's why. My bad, Reggie. I thought it was other reasons. My bad.
Want to get on him for that.
Yeah.
LeBron at 22 years in, at 40,
plays zero defense.
40, whatever he is, and is about ready to be first or second team All NBA.
25, 8, and 8.
As old guys, they were never. Call them all out.
Some of them wasn't this good in their prime.
That's the thing.
Straight up, they wasn't.
And for him to be this good, this long,
Incredible.
You got to say he has the greatest career.
By far.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so Reggie's going with the longevity thing with LeBron, but still picking Jordan as the best player. See, that's the funny thing. So that's why I call him a cockroach. So LeBron sticks around longer. Cool. Jordan was the best. He's even admitting it. By far, he was the best. So who's the real pick here? It sounds like it's Jordan, you know, but that's just the way I'm hearing it. And I feel like he's just throwing LeBron a bone because he's been around forever.
He the best? That's greatest and best is two different things. And I think that's why old heads are getting it mixed up. And they don't want to give LeBron his due.
Yeah, he deserves it.
No, I'm not, because greatest, if we're really talking greatest, then it changes everything. Best is easy. Bar none, Michael Jordan, hands down. You know, you could even pick Larry Bird and put him in that spot as far as the best. You could put Kobe Bryant in there. But when we're talking about the greatest, that's when we start talking about the 6-0, the scoring championships, the MVPs, and all the accolades that came with the career. That's where LeBron can't even come close to Jordan, is in the greatness thing and in the who's best thing. Unfortunately, guys, I don't even see this as a debate.
Deserves that. I mean, we all wish we could be playing like him in year 22.
Allen Iverson, 2000.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him the best, though, or the greatest. That just means he's been around the longest. That's the thing that always confuses me. The longevity thing alone can't mean you're the greatest. What about Vince Carter? You know, what about guys who played this long? I just saw a podcast between Kevin Durant and Hakeem Olajuwon. KD is on year 19. So if he plays 23 seasons, are we going to crown him as the greatest of all time because he stuck around that long? I don't know. It's weird to me.
2001 MVP and a cultural icon, was more than a player.
When we talk about like the greatest, let's say, boxers of all time, we talk about guys like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Is it because they stuck around forever? No, that's George Foreman you're thinking. But we're not calling George Foreman the greatest of all time. No disrespect. George Foreman is an all-time great. Hands down. Loved watching him. However, guys like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali that didn't nearly do it as long as a guy like Foreman, we consider them the greatest because we never seen some shit like that before. You know? They're the greatest thing we've ever seen. It is what it is, man. And they're championships. They got the accolades to back it up.
He was a movement. When he talks about Jordan and LeBron, it's straight from the heart.
So who's on your list? Top 5.
Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant. LeBron James. Steph Curry. Shaquille O'Neal.
Steph Curry.
Steph at 4. He loves Steph, man. He loves Steph.
You know, your favorite players and the best players in the world, you know, I say Mike and I say Kobe. You know what I mean? And then everybody else.
LeBron's after that for you?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely after that. You know, I hear all the comparisons and all that, you know what I mean? And I have to be biased. I have to be, because he made me want to be me.
Yeah.
But then I get a chance to, when you want to debate about it, I get to talk about his accolades. I get to talk about what he's done. I love LeBron as a basketball player, as everything that he did for basketball. I mean, the man he is off the basketball court, all the things that he's accomplished.
We all do. If you don't, you a hater.
You know what I mean? He's it. You know what I mean? And
I don't know, man. 50 Cent posted in December a couple months ago that you're next. You know, he literally said, "Stop acting innocent, LeBron. You're next." And I ain't talking about basketball, champ. Look it up. I think that narrative of him being such a good human being and a good family man and all that stuff, I think that shit might change real soon. And we've been talking about it for a while, but we'll see. We'll see if 50's gonna do it.
They always putting them together, like, why it can't be like LeBron is on Mount Rushmore.
Facts.
That's enough.
That's, and
you know what I mean?
Like, by saying that Mike is better than him.
Yeah, it's not no disrespect, because you're better than who I am and was as a basketball player. And one thing I don't respect when it comes to people that get upset about the debate.
Yeah.
That's your opinion. It's nothing wrong with you saying LeBron is the best.
Stephen Curry. He changed the game forever. He's a 4-time champ, 2-time MVP, and the greatest shooter we have ever seen. He even battled LeBron in multiple finals, which makes his voice—
I have not heard Steph Curry's take on this.
in the GOAT debate impossible to ignore.
Greatest player of all time.
Wow.
So the way that I ascribe to the mindset that there are multiple GOATs, and I hate that it's not a cop-out answer, but it's so hard to compare eras, and getting into that conversation of, oh, if you put Michael in this era or if you put LeBron in that era, it's kind of an unfair. It's a great barbershop debate, and it's something that'll never stop until the end of time.
Kevin Garnett brought that unmatched intensity every night, and an NBA champion, MVP, and one of the fiercest competitors ever. When asked about the GOAT debate, KG gave a perspective that was different from most.
Oh man, we know. KG's been consistent with this one. We all know who he's about to pick.
And it really makes you think.
I think they both have transcended the game in a different way. Obviously, we've never seen someone have 39,000 points, 66,000 minutes on the goddamn floor. Yeah. We put time into this game. We know when I'm watching the 38-year-old have more energy than 21s, 22-year-olds, 29-year-olds. He is arguably the most. He's everything on the floor.
Yo, this is KG certified, but about 3 years ago then? Wow. They totally changed the whole mood of everything here.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah. I don't want to be in 223 watching something of the past. I want to be in 223 watching something of the future.
Sorry about
and that's what I'm embracing now.
The past is happening right now.
Man, listen, it's happening.
He's dominating right now.
Tracy McGrady, 2-time scoring champ, Hall of Famer, and one of the smoothest scorers in history. T-Mac bridges the Jordan and LeBron eras with a unique perspective.
When I was younger, I used to be like, nah, MJ's the GOAT. Nobody compares. Mike's the GOAT. I was like, as I get older, I'm like, so what? Why does it matter? I think LeBron is a GOAT in his era because he's the best. He's been the best player for God knows how long. MJ was the best player in his era. So it's two different eras, two different styles of basketball to say who is the GOAT. My GOAT, because I grew up watching MJ, is MJ. But to me, LeBron is in that conversation.
Paul Pierce, Finals MVP and Celtics legend, and is known for bold statements about LeBron and MJ. His takes never fail to draw attention.
This conversation, I mean,
Yeah, see, this is the new KG certified, what I'm used to.
When we talk about the GOAT, man, he might be the GOAT. I think that right there probably solidified it. And this is the reason why. It's
really?
He put himself in a place, where I don't see nobody passing him in our lifetime in the scoring, for one. Two, when you look at his accolades and you look at the longevity, and then you look at the biggest part of it was the expectations coming out of high school, that type of pressure. I'm gonna tell you this, I remember being in my first All-Star game in Philly. And, we in the locker room and, we talking to reporters and they was like, man, have y'all heard of this kid? The chatter was like, have you heard of this kid named LeBron James? Man, this kid he a high school phenom. He's so good, he could probably start in this All-Star game. And I was like, so I sat up and was like, what? I'm looking around, I'm like, they go AI, Kick Ticket, Shaq, Jordan. Like, this kid, I had to really sit up and say, it's a kid out there in high school this good.
Dennis Rodman, 5-time champion and a defensive legend, lived through the Bulls dynasty right beside Jordan.
By the way, I'm kind of surprised by that answer by him. I'm curious if you guys have any context on it. Was that when he broke the scoring record?
Perspective comes from experience few can match.
That's been a big debate for a while now.
No question.
Oh, this is funny.
I just think that if you look at Michael, the body of work he's done over the years, you look at LeBron, the body of work he's done over the years. If Michael played in this era, he'll average 50.
Yep.
He averaged 50 points. LeBron's a great talent, no doubt. He's probably one of the top 3 players ever played with Kobe, Magic, Kareem. But Michael's right there. I don't know why you guys discuss the GOAT. Why you discuss the GOAT?
Steve Nash, a 2-time MVP and one of the greatest passers.
He also talks about, I'm pretty sure it's in the same the same first take. He also talks about how easy it is to shut down LeBron defensively. He was just like, he's just going to barrel down the middle. And this was when LeBron was a little younger too. So it was funny to hear him break it down like that. When now we're all talking about it because it's literally all LeBron does. But Dennis, you know, he's a defensive magician. So he already had LeBron figured out. He said, just send him center and that's it. He can't do anything. He can't go anywhere. Just send him down the middle and I'll stop him every time, you know? And it's true. Dennis Rodman was a professional when it comes to knowing exactly where you're going to go and getting there 1 second before you do, planting down, take the charge. LeBron wouldn't be able to keep going down the middle. After 3 of those charges, it's over. He's got to settle for the outside jumper, and Dennis Rodman knows that's his weakness. Game over. Match won.
Why you discuss the GOAT?
Steve Nash, a 2-time MVP and one of the greatest passers ever, sees the game with precision. His view on the GOAT debate reflects that vision.
Well, here's where the politics come into play. If this is, and I think this is before the Mind the Game podcast, so this might be an honest take. But if this is after the Mind the Game podcast, we kind of know he's incentivized to say LeBron. But let's see what he says here. My boy Steve Nash, man. What happened to you?
It's tricky. I think MJ's my guy for sure. Always. When you talk about LeBron and Kobe, I totally understand why people.
All right, so there it is. So I'm pretty sure this is before the Mind the Game podcast because he just answered it just boom.
My guy for sure. Always. When you talk about LeBron and Kobe, I totally understand why people have LeBron where he is, either first or second in many people's eyes. When you look at the whole picture of everything LeBron's done over the course of his career, it's hard to argue with. I don't know. I think you'd probably have me saying Jordan, LeBron, Kobe on the total picture. But, how do you go wrong? At their best, they're all three of them. At their best, all 3 of them have played the game at a level higher than anyone else in the world.
Right.
Yeah. And to be fair, let's see. Nash came in 96, so he got to play a couple of seasons against Michael Jordan. He got to play all of his prime seasons against Kobe Bryant because they came in the same year, and a gazillion playoff battles between them. And he also played against LeBron for, I believe, 7 years before he retired. So when he's being honest, that's a good person to ask, man.
Wilkins, the human highlight film,
Dominique.
9-time All-Star and one of Jordan's fiercest rivals. Few players tested MJ like Dominique.
My guy.
If you ain't ever faced him, you don't understand. If you ain't ever faced Mike,
I'm gonna spit out my Coke right there. Damn. Coca-Cola, y'all.
You can't make that comment.
Yeah.
Man, I played against some of the most hard-nosed, talented players that ever played this game. He was a phenomenon. And he had attitude to go with it. I mean, he was, when you played against Mike, his eyes were bloodshot red every game. Like he was possessed. And I used to say to myself, all right, I got to go work tonight. Jesus is coming.
Patrick Ewing, a Knicks legend and Hall of Famer, went head-to-head with Jordan in countless playoff battles. He knows MJ's greatness better than most.
Yeah.
I got a question. This young generation thinks a certain way. Who is your GOAT basketball?
Here we go.
It's funny that everybody asked that question. And to me, I think Michael Jordan is the best in my era. The way that the way that he played, everything that he brought to the table, not to take anything away from LeBron or Kobe. LeBron is great.
Well, that's always the line. Have you guys noticed? Especially when we were seeing this back to back to back. Not to take anything away from, I love LeBron, but it's always so weird how they have to pad it like that.
But Michael was a killer from day one. He was an assassin from day one. I thought that LeBron had to learn how to be an assassin. He was great now. If you ask me who would I want to play with, I'm gonna say LeBron because
he want to score.
Yeah, I want to score. I want to score. LeBron is a lot like Magic. He's a facilitator. He knows how to get people the ball, and he became a scorer as he got older. But he's great. But I'm gonna say Michael. But you can't take anything away from the rest of the guys. You can't think. You
You got Kareem.
Thank you.
Wilt. You have Bill Russell. All these guys, Dr. J. All these guys were great in their era. I think it's rough when you just pick one person to say this is the greatest of all time. Now, Michael has done some great things, and unfortunately, because I had to, go against that guy starting from college to the NBA, and he's done an outstanding job of just the things that he was able to do. You got to take your hat off to him.
John Stockton.
Damn. And that's a rival, man. Obviously, that is the New York Knick right there. And next to another New York Knick, Mark Jackson. So them picking the guy who basically prevented them from ever winning a championship, that's big. And Mark Jackson is, the reason he asked that, because he's in his mind, he's like, it's no contest. It's MJ all day. But yeah, I can't remember. Let me know in the comments. I can't remember who said it. Somebody really famous said it in the basketball world. Said this a while ago. Said, if you want to have fun, no, Larry Bird said this, I'm pretty sure. If you want to have fun, go play with LeBron. If you want to win, go play with Kobe. And that was back when, the debate was like, who's better, LeBron or Kobe? And I'm pretty sure that was Larry Bird, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I see that as how it is. Nowadays, it's not fun to play with LeBron. You see everyone's not happy. But back in the day, in his first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers, everyone was having fun back then.
NBA's all-time leader,
but they weren't winning.
Assists and steals. Faced Jordan in 2 finals. His voice carries a steady authority in this debate.
I think LeBron's a great player. To me, there's just something about MJ. Share with the listeners what Michael Jordan was all about, how good he was.
Yeah, he's arguably the best competitor in any sport ever. I mean, it may be over the top even. If you're sitting here talking like this, there'd be a competition over space. I mean, I played ping pong with him once.
Who won?
Oh, he did. Yeah, it was close at the Olympics. And what amazed me about that was the vigor in which he sought the victory. I mean, we're just kind of, we're sitting in the room, there's kids all around, we're just kind of batting it around, and it was on really quickly. And he was on a mission. And that's the way he approached everything. He sought that it's not negativity, he sought that edge in every part of his life, which separates him, frankly. And some things I like about him, and again, I don't think it's just between those two, frankly.
By the way, this is John Stockton now, who could have won 2 championships if not for Michael Jordan, 97 and 98 NBA Finals. Yet, how easy it is for him to say, yeah, it's MJ.
I think that I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has to be mentioned. I think Wilt Chamberlain has to be mentioned.
Thank you.
Larry and Magic, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. I think there's a lot of guys that fit into that category, and the circumstances weren't all the same and equal and all. But anyway, so getting back to Michael, he had tremendous fundamentals, tremendous basketball IQ, and then obviously athleticism. But he wasn't hampered by the athleticism. This was first, and I think that's what made him special.
Yeah,
and he never switched teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up playing for Washington, but that's a whole different ballgame. He wasn't seeking rings and trying to find the best opportunity. He said, look, this is what it is. You guys come here, we'll get her done. And you have to respect that.
And finally.
Yeah. And I mean, all of that is awesome. And he touched on the ring chasing thing. John Stockton's also the guy who's notorious for the line where he said, LeBron James took a helicopter to the top of the mountain, and that's how he won. And it's exactly how I feel. The second I heard that from John, I was like, that's it. That's the perfect analogy right there. He didn't climb the mountain. We talk about guys like Bird, Magic, all these other greats. They all had to climb the mountain one day at a time, slow progress to get to the top. LeBron didn't. He took a helicopter up there, which is why I think it's so easy for him to win a championship somewhere and then lose and abandon a team, because he didn't actually have to put that effort into building a castle, building a kingdom. Instead, it was there for him on his arrival, so you're not attached to it.
Larry Bird, 3-time MVP, Celtics icon, and one of Jordan's early rivals. When Bird speaks on the GOAT, the basketball world listens.
I don't know if I've heard this.
The one thing I do know, I always knew how good I was.
Right.
I didn't care what you thought of my game now, but I knew in the majority of the games I played with the team I had, we're going to win most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that kind of confidence. But they always talk about the great play. I tell people, quit whining about LeBron. Enjoy him while he's here. He's unbelievable. I mean, he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest ever. Then you go back, I played against Magic, Michael, Kareem. I mean, the list goes on and on. So it's hard to pick one guy. But, I mean, it just seems like everybody in their era thinks their era is the best. I don't buy any of that. Right. Things change.
And that's it. 15 legends, 15 voices. The debate may never officially end, but hearing from them brings us closer to the truth. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and tell me which legend had the best take in this GOAT debate. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.
All right, guys, that's the video right there. That was entertaining. I feel like this went on for a long time, though, so my bad to you guys if I was talking too much in between all these segments, but I thought it was pretty interesting. It seems like a lot of Jordan, but no disrespect to LeBron, you know, which, I don't know. Sorry for the allergies, guys. I don't know. To me, it's weird because LeBron is basically my age. I've got like 1 year or like 1 or 2 years over him, and anybody who's gonna talk to me like I'm a child, you know, like no disrespect to you, buddy, you know, like I know that's just that would make me feel uncomfortable. So like I think it's time we stop treating LeBron like he's that kid from Akron, Ohio, who just came in out of high school into the NBA. That was 23 years ago, you guys. He's an old man now. He's an adult, you know, like he's supposed to be at least. So I think he could take it. He could take it honest. You don't need to sugarcoat everything when you're talking about him. Why aren't we doing that with Kobe? Why don't we do that with Bird or Magic? You know, I don't see that. Yet every time somebody says Michael, they have to go, but no disrespect to LeBron. Why don't we do that with Bird and Magic and Kobe? Because they're men. You know, we know we don't have to sugarcoat things like that because their fifis are going to get so hurt and they're not nearly that insecure. However, with a guy like, you know, LeBron, apparently they do. Me, I don't like LeBron, so I ain't going to do that. But for them, I guess maybe they like him, so they don't want to hurt his feelings. But I don't know, man. In my book, like if you're in a Mount Rushmore of basketball in the majority of your peers' eyes, which LeBron is, that should be good enough, man. That should be good enough. You don't need to beg for more. Like that is an amazing accomplishment. And though I might disagree on him being on that Mount Rushmore, you know, the legends have decided. So if the legends decide that he's on the Mount Rushmore, I think he should be really happy with that. I really do. But anyways, that's just my take. I'm out of here, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you all in the comments. Like the vid if you could. And subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And most importantly, y'all, is to be water, my friends. Peace out. Get to the chopper. Take it to the top of the mountain. I am champion.